Item 3 this evening is recognizing temporary elect Mayor Tewalt for temporary mayor. Do I hear a motion?
Mr. Mayor-Elect, I move that Town Council appoint and recognize Mayor-Elect Gene Tewalt as Mayor Pro Temp of the Front Row Town Council for the regular meeting of the Front Row Town Council on November the 25th, 2019, and for such additional and further meetings and times that, as his services as such, Mayor Pro Tem may be needed.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Is there any comments, discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no.
Pardon? Do you need a roll call for that instead of?
I would do a roll call.
Ms. Berry, would you have a roll call, please?
Mr. Gillespie?
Yes.
Mr. Holloway?
Yes.
Mr. Meza?
Yes.
Mr. Seelow? Mr. Seelow?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. This time we'll have the roll call, please.
For attendance, Mr. Gillespie?
Here, thank you.
Mr. Holloway?
Here.
Mr. Meza?
Here.
Mr. Seelow?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
And Mayor Tewalt?
Here.
Thank you.
Next item tonight is approval of the record council meeting minutes of November 12, 2019, please.
Mr. Mayor-Elect, I move that council approve the regular council meeting minutes of November the 12th, 2019 as presented. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion carried. Next item tonight is correspondence from the public. Anyone here tonight that speak? Ms. Berry, do you have anybody?
Yes, Michelle Smeltzer.
Hi, my name is Michelle Smeltzer at 6 Moran Street, and I'm here representing the Warren County Rotary Club. Mayor, town council members, thank you for this opportunity to speak to you tonight. I'm here to talk about the free letters from Santa. It's a program that was started 3 years ago by Felicia Hart, and it was a way of making a difference and making some children smile over the Christmas season. It was during the second year that she brought this program to the Warren County Rotary, and we have been working on it since then. Felicia does this. She does really most of the work, and she does it in her free time and from home, so don't worry about when she's doing it during the day, because she's not. For the previous 2 years, we've personalized over 400 letters to the children. And we wanted to come out here tonight and thank you, and I don't think we've done it before, and we apologize, for allowing us to put the mailbox that you have in the entryway for the kids to put the letters in. So thank you very much for allowing us to do that. The forms that are out there are online. They're at the town hall. They're at CNC Ice Cream, and in various locations in the county. So anyone can go pick them up and fill them out, send them in, and Santa will be working on those letters, but he does need to have them by December 15th to get them out in time. So again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Janice Hart.
Okay, you're smiling. I like to see that. My name is Janice Hart. I reside at 1120 Ashby Street. I am not a stranger to any of you. But this evening, I wanted to make a different kind of a statement that you all will, and hope that you all will take it in the sincere context that it is brought to you. Thanksgiving is just 3 days away. My church challenges the congregation every year to make a list each day in November of the blessings in your life and for the things that we are grateful for. This year, I challenged myself to be grateful for things outside of your home, your family, your friends. I wanted to broaden it to include my community. I'd like to start with this council, Mayor Tewalt, and our new interim town manager, as well as our legal counsel and clerk of court. The council works hard to carry on the business of running our town. Their job, for a minuscule pay, is not an easy one. You listen to a lot of criticism, both in this room and out in the community. Your meals in public places are interrupted with citizens that don't mean to butt in, but they want to be heard, and you take the time to listen to them. Your phones ring too early in the morning and far late into the night. Your opinions and votes are not always popular with the community. And I know some weeks these meetings sound like, look like, and feel like you're challenged at every turn. I just wanted to say that I'm grateful that we have a council that takes the time to listen to the public's opinion and concerns. And while you might not agree, you take their opinions with a professional manner and do your best to correct any wrong ideas or misinformation. I'm grateful that any one of you is accessible by phone, email, and even in person to talk about issues and concerns that citizens have. And for that, I say thank you. I'm grateful for a town hall staff that is always professional and willing to serve its citizens, whether it be silly questions, FOIA requests, questions answered on procedures, or the process of our government and how it works. We have folks that have been on staff for 20 plus years. And I think that speaks volumes about how much they care about this community and the dedication to their jobs. And although we have lost some terrific employees, they made their positive marks on our community and served us well before moving on to sometimes bigger and better opportunities. And for this, I am grateful. I am so blessed to have worked for a police department that serves this community in a professional manner, always looking out for citizens it serves, no matter the weather, no matter the time of day or night, no matter the call. And much of the time when an employee is called a hero, they will humbly tell you, just doing my job. I will always love my family in blue and do not hesitate to help out any way that I can. I think we have a top-notch department, and each of us here should be grateful for the men and women in blue who put their lives on the line every day, who leave their families to go out to protect ours. And for this, I am forever grateful. I am grateful for every town employee. They are a blessing as they work in all kinds of weather, to hang decorations, to plow snow, to replace water lines that never break in warm weather, but always the coldest times. We are blessed to have employees that we can call to keep the lights on, to keep the heat on, and to keep the water flowing. As we all sit down to our Thanksgiving tables this week, think about what a wonderful town we live in and are blessed to be a part of. Be grateful for the people who take the time out of their busy lives to help this community be the wonderful place it is to live, work, and play. And I say happy Thanksgiving to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hart.
Thank you, Ms. Hart.
Is there anyone else?
That was the last speaker signed up, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, we dropped Mr. Seelock. You want us to try to call him
Sure.
back in?
Sure.
Hey, Todd. Sorry to interrupt you.
Mr. Down and back in.
Turn this off, 'cause it's-
We'll get started here in a few minutes again.
Thank you, Bill.
Welcome back, Bill. Our next item tonight is report of special committees, town officials, or interim town manager. Mr. Tewalt.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, we have several items to discuss this evening. We're in holiday season, and we have a lot of activities taking place within our town government, within our county. We have on the 2019 Christmas Parade and Holiday Event. Christmas Fest is Saturday, November 30th at the gazebo, which is along Main Street and Chester Street in downtown Front Royal. From noon until 4, the school choir groups, vendors, and other related holiday activities will be held at the gazebo. From 4 until 6 p.m. is the annual Christmas Parade. At 6 p.m., we'll be celebrating Small Business Saturday and the Christmas tree lighting event. And staff has assured me that that tree will light, Mr. Mayor, when you say light the tree. The Front Royal Independent Business Association, FRPD, will have the Love Works sculpture on display at the gazebo during that time. And there'll be carolers strolling along Main Street. The event is sponsored by FRPD, Chamber of Commerce, and the town of Front Royal. As a reminder to the citizens, the town of Front Royal business offices will be closed Thursday, November 28th, and Friday, November 29th, in observance of Thanksgiving. The drive-through located at Town Hall and the Manassas Avenue collection site will be closed on Saturday, November 30th. Trash and recycling for Thursday, November 28th, will be collected on Wednesday, November 27th. And trash and recycling for Friday, November 29th, will be collected on Tuesday, November 26th. As it relates to board opportunities for appointments, we have two openings, two boards that are seeking applications. One is the BAR, which helps to improve and make improvements to maintain the historic character of our town. Applications can be sent to Jennifer Berry, the clerk of council. The Urban Forestry Advisory Commission is also seeking applications. The UFAC is responsible for the development, implementation, and maintenance of an urban forestry management program for the education of the general public about proper tree care practices and to support the efforts of other groups interested in urban forestry in the town. You can send those applications as well to Jennifer Berry, Clerk of Council. And lastly, Mr. Mayor and members of council, I'm real excited to let the council know about the AMP scholarships. The scholarship committee of the AMP Municipal Power Board of Trustees is calling for nominations for the 2020 scholarships for distinguished leaders or for young high school seniors. The town of Front Royal is a member of AMP and will be selecting one nominee for the Wright Scholarship, which is $3,000, and one nominee for the Gorsuch Scholarship, which is also $3,000. AMP has awarded scholarships since 1988. The town of Front Royal has participated in the scholarship program since 2008, and we've produced 4 winners. Application deadline is December 9th, and you can submit those applications to Tina Presley at the town manager's office. Mr. Mayor, that's all I have to report.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, our next item tonight is a report from the Northern Shenandoah Valley Regional Commission, Executive Director Brandon Davis. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. I appreciate the opportunity to come before you all again this evening. As I usually do, I'll tell you a few words about who we are for the benefit of those watching at home, as well as those in the audience who aren't as familiar with us as many of you are. We're a small regional government organization that's created by the local governments in the Northern Shenandoah Valley. We exist to do those things that make sense for the local governments to do together. It's either more cost effective or more productive to do so. As usual, I talk about one item that we're working on rather than try to hit you with the broad brush of all the things that we're facing, to equip you to talk a little bit about what it is that we do to provide services. Tonight I'm going to steer from that a little ways and talk about 2 items. The first item obviously will be the recycling effort that we're working on. It came up last time I was here, and I knew you would want an update on that, so I thought I'd provide a quick update and then move on to something else I wanted to speak about. Since we last met, we have hired SCS engineers to undertake our regional recycling feasibility analysis. And over the last couple of months, they've been analyzing the last several years of aggregated recycling data that we have on file that we submit on behalf of the communities. They've been identifying target markets for the commodities that we will be creating if we are able to figure out a regional solution to recycling. And we're determining the appropriate level of pre-processing that would be required in order to make that commodity most marketable. We've also been looking at opportunities to partner with the private sector or with Virginia Inland Port to determine a way that we can make it most cost effective to provide this service. And our meeting of the steering committee, which is comprised of the region's solid waste managers, will be meeting next month, I believe. And we're still on track for a late winter completion. So I'm excited to keep this project moving forward, and I'm hopeful that we'll find a creative solution. I've been pushing creativity throughout the entire thing. Nothing is off limits as far as we're concerned. It's a long-term solution that we're looking for recycling. The second item I wanted to talk to you all about is a bug called the spotted lanternfly. You may or may not be aware of it, but it has recently come to Virginia, and the city of Winchester was the first location in Virginia where it's been seen. That was early last year. It has spread to Frederick County and has most recently been spotted in Clark County. It is a pest that is hosted on the tree of heaven, largely, and could have a significant impact on our wine industry, on the peach industry, on our orchards, the apples, as well as our traditional industries through the regulation of their shipping. It's a host. The shipping containers and many products that are stored outside become a host for this bug, and it is moved around when we move cargo that it's attached to. So in order for a business to ship from a quarantined area, they are required to inspect their products, which increases their cost of business. So we want to raise awareness about this issue that we're going to be facing in the northern Shenandoah Valley for the foreseeable future. One way to do that is through local public awareness campaigns. Felicia Hart came to me with this one and said, this is something we need to tackle, we need to move forward on, and that she wanted to spearhead an effort in this area to raise public awareness to try to keep it from coming into Warren County and Front Royal. So reluctantly, quite frankly, we found time to help her move forward on this project, and the way that we think we can be of service is by orchestrating a local leaders forum for the appointed leaders such as the county administrators and town managers, and maybe the ag teachers at the school system to be able to get that message back out into the community so the communities can take on whatever level of outreach they deem appropriate. We look forward to putting this on hopefully in late January, bringing in experts from VDAX, the Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, as well as Virginia Tech Extension. We've already made contact with a lot of those folks, with Felicia's help, of course, as well as we hope to get some folks from the wine industry and maybe some folks from Winchester who have lived through this to let us know what we're going to be facing if and when this pest does come into the rest of the region. So look forward to sharing that information. It'll go through staff and they'll hand it out as they see fit to those who may be interested. I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have about any of our other programs or anything that I've talked about this evening.
Anyone make this?
That's great.
Thank you, Mr. Davis.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Take care.
Our next item tonight is inquiries or requests from the county council.
Mr. Mayor-Elect, I would like to wish our citizens and town staff a happy Thanksgiving, and that's all I have.
Anyone? Next item, report of the mayor. Report of the mayor. Tomorrow I will be taking my oath of office at 2 o'clock. I got my paperwork signed from the state, so I'm getting ready to take my oath tomorrow. And the second thing, I'd like to welcome everybody and wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving from the town of Front Royal and staff, and especially the town council. So happy Thanksgiving. That's all I have this evening. Later time, I'll have a little more to say. Thank you. Next item tonight is any proposal of addition or deletion of agenda items.
Mr. Mayor, members of Town Council, when you get to the consent agenda, I would just like to point out again, as I've done over the years with respect to HEPTAD, I will recuse myself from any consideration or answer any questions. Several years before I came to work for the town, I acquired a small interest in that company, and so I don't think it's appropriate that I participate in that. I've filed the required paperwork of my ownership interest, and I've always recused myself from any participation in that.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, or Mr. Attorney. Get it right today. Tonight, the next item is number 8, consent agenda items. Okay, motion, please.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the council approve the consent agenda items as presented.
Second.
We have a motion second. Anybody want to take something off the agenda tonight? Anyone want to talk about anything tonight about the consent agenda? Okay. Ms. Berry, let me have a roll call on this, please.
Mr. Gillespie,
Yes.
Mr. Holloway,
Yes.
Mr. Meza,
Yes.
Mr. Seelow. Mr. Seelow?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson? Yes. Thank you.
Take a vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. I believe I just did that. I guess I'm getting, I'm taking the next item. Next item tonight is a public hearing to receive public comments or concerns of approval of an ordinance to vacate an alley between 303 and 311 Brown Avenue by Donnie Atkins. Ms. Berry, could you read the summary, please?
Yes, sir. Council is requested to receive comments and concerns from the public and approve an ordinance pertaining to a request from Mr. Atkins, 303 Brown, for a proposed vacation for an alley located between 303 and 311 Brown Avenue. The approval is contingent upon utility easements and a hold harmless agreement if the proposed fence is installed. There were no speakers signed up for this item.
This time we open the public hearing. Anyone from the public would like to come forward and speak on this subject, please? Would anybody like to come forward? Third time. Would anybody like to come forward? Public hearing is closed. Is there a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I move the town council affirm on its first reading an ordinance to conditionally vacate an unapproved alley that is 12.5 feet by 107 feet located between 303 and 311 Brown Avenue, contingent upon the required utility easements and a signed hold harmless agreement if a fence is installed.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any comments on the motion this evening? Ms. Berry, would we also have a roll call on this, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Gillespie,
Yes.
Mr. Holloway,
Yes.
Mr. Meza,
Yes.
Mr. Seelow,
Yes.
Ms. Thompson. Yes. Thank you.
Next item is number 10, an ordinance to amend and reenact Town Code Section 180-185 to renew a franchise agreement for the public passenger bus service. Do I hear a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I move the town council adopt on its second and final reading an ordinance to amend and reenact Town Code Section 180-185 to renew a franchise agreement for the public passenger bus service as presented.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, no. Next item tonight is item 11. FY20 budget amendment for energy services provided to Chantel. Ms. Berry, could you give us a summary of that, please?
Yes, sir. Council is requested to approve a FY20 budget amendment in an amount of $150,000 for funds that will be reimbursed to the town by Chantel for materials and work performed by the Energy Services Department.
Do you hear a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I move the council approve a FY20 budget amendment in the amount of $150,000 for funds that will be reimbursed to the town by Chantel for materials work performed by the Energy Services Department.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments on the motion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion carried. Next item tonight is item 12. FY20 budget amendment for the EDA civil suit, attorney fees, and auditing services. Ms. Vera.
Council is requested to approve a budget amendment in the amount of $282,800 to allocate funds to be used for attorney fees and auditing services related to the town's civil suit against the EDA. The funds are requested to be transferred for the FY19 and FY20 budgeted debt service payments to the EDA for Success Farm, Bow Drive Extension, Happy Creek Technology Park, Stevens Industrial Park, and Neutron Parkway.
Do I hear a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I move that council approve a budget amendment in the amount of $282,800 for attorney fees and auditing services related to the town's civil suit against the Front Royal Warren County Economic Development Authority, EDA. I further move that council approve the transfer of funds from FY19 and FY20 budgeted debt service payments to the EDA for the Success Farm, $10,370, Baugh Drive Extension, $6,535, Happy Creek Technology Park, $6,845, Stevens Industrial Park, $11,725, Neutron Parkway, $105,925.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I just want to clarify what we did. So we did a budget amendment to transfer funds, or to be able to use funds that we have set aside for EDA payments for the purpose of attorney fees and auditing services. So as of today, these are not actual dollars spent on attorney fees and auditing services, but it has allowed us the ability to start spending funds to pay for services. And additionally, these are funds that we had already set aside for EDA payments, so funds that we've already essentially accrued for. And so I just want to make that clear that it isn't new money that we're tapping into to start to make past payments on attorney fees or anything along those lines. I don't want there to be the misperception that that we're looking for new revenues in order to be able to pay for this at this time.
Anyone else? Ms. Berry, can I have a roll call?
Yes, sir. Mr. Gillespie?
Yes.
Mr. Holloway?
Yes.
Mr. Meza?
Yes.
Mr. Seelock?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson? Yes. Thank you.
Item 13, auditing services related to litigation. Ms. Berry?
Council is requested to approve payment to Mitchell & Company for auditing services to support litigation to the town's civil lawsuit against the EDA for an amount up to $45,000. This request for payment is in compliance with the town's procurement policy as a contract modification. The original contract for auditing services was competitively bid and awarded to Mitchell & Company during Council's April 25th, 2016 regular meeting.
Do we have a motion?
Mr. Mayor-Elect, I move that council approve payment of an amount up to $45,000 to Mitchell and Company, TC, for auditing services to support litigation in the town's civil suit against the Front Royal Warren County Economic Development Authority, EDA.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I'm sorry, I just want to clarify a couple of these statements as we go through. For the up to $45,000, more than half of that has been spent already on auditing services, and this is auditing that is going back and determining essentially potential town losses or town exposure to losses. And this is a service that we are paying for to go back and review all of our data entry logs, books, records related to our transactions with the EDA to make sure that we understand the ramifications of all the changes in the EDA in this last year. So this is services that we are paying for to give us a report on essentially town damages.
Anyone else? Ms. Berry, can I have a roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Gillespie?
Yes.
Mr. Holloway?
Yes.
Mr. Meza?
Yes.
Mr. Seelock?
Yes.
And Ms. Thompson? Yes. Thank you.
Item 14 tonight is legal fees for the EDA civil suit.
Mr. Mayor, I move the council approve payment not to exceed $200,000 to Damiani EDA for the legal services related to the town's civil suit against the Front Royal Warren County Economic Development Authority, EDA.
Second.
We have a motion second, any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, one more time. Again, not to exceed $200,000. These are the attorneys that the town has retained to evaluate the audit that Mitchell and Company has done for the town and to begin recouping some of our damages. So this is essentially the new cost that will be spent to retain legal services for our EDA lawsuit.
Anyone else? Ms. Berry, roll call, please.
Mr. Gillespie?
Yes.
Mr. Holloway?
Yes.
Mr. Meza?
Yes.
Mr. Seeloff?
Yes.
And Ms. Thompson? Yes, thank you.
Motion carried. Our next item tonight is item number 15, payment to vendors for the police department project. Ms. Berry.
The town council was informed by the EDA that the Front Royal qualified for the New Market Tax Credit Program. Based upon this information, the town council authorized and proceeded with the construction of the Front Royal Police Department. Furthermore, the EDA would facilitate the New Market Tax Credit Program on behalf of the town in order to construct the police department. After the fact, the town of Front Royal was notified that the town did not qualify for the New Market Tax Credit Program for the construction of the Front Royal Police Department. Therefore, the EDA funded construction using conventional financing. On November 15th, the town was provided a letter from the EDA that the EDA will hold payment requisitions related to the police department project until the town pays the disputed principal and interest due on the project. In order to complete the police department and not further penalize contractors and vendors, council is requested to approve payments to Dustin Construction, Mosley Architects, and JTS LLC totaling $492,284.34 using town funds previously budgeted for the police department project. Staff shall obtain signed waiver and lien from Dustin Construction prior to release of payment. Waiver and lien shall document original contract amount, including change orders, less previous net billings, and amount of current payment due.
Do I hear a motion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor-Elect, I move the council approve the payment of $492,284.34 to vendors Dustin Construction, Mosley Architects, and JTS LLC for the construction of the police department project. I further move the council approve using funds previously budgeted for the police department project and release payment to Dustin Construction after signed waiver of lien is obtained.
Second.
Will council add, entertain adding to that motion, the wording at the beginning of the motion, without waiving any rights or causes?
I apologize. Yes. Revise my motion to include, without waiving any rights of cause of action the town has with respect to any party or outstanding lawsuit the town may have, which rights and cause of action of the town expressly reserves. I move the council approve, add that to the original beginning of my motion, please.
Thank you very much.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor-Elect. Sorry, some of these statements I just want to make crystal clear. I want to thank Ms. Berry for reading the lengthy explanation of what we're doing, and I want to draw the town citizens' attention to that statement because I think it really needs to be understood what is happening here. So, because of the dispute the town has with the funding for the police department from our original agreement that we had with the EDA is opting to withhold payment to the construction companies, architect companies that have completed the police department until we're able to resolve the difference of the interest payments. The town did not want to hold hostage the construction company, Mosley Architects, in the dispute between the EDA and the town. And so we've elected to go ahead and finalize payments to Dustin Construction, Mosley Architects, JTS LLC, so that they get the final payments, they're done, they're out of it, and they're out of the dispute. We're using the funds that we had already set aside to pay the debt service for the police department. So the funds we've already accrued. Again, this isn't new monies that we're trying to generate in order to do this. We just felt that this was the right thing to do to pay the contractors and finish out the police department. And hopefully we'll be able to resolve the differences with the EDA in the near future.
Anyone else? Ms. Barrett, can I have a roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Gillespie?
Yes.
Mr. Holloway?
Yes.
Mr. Mezza?
Yes.
Mr. Seelow?
Yes.
And Ms. Thompson? Yes. Thank you.
Motion carried. Item 16 tonight is a request from Equus Capital Partnership, LTD, for water and sewer in the 340-522 corner on Winchester Road. Ms. Barrett.
Council is requested to approve the request for water and sewer from Equus Capital Partners LTD in Route 340-522 corridor on Winchester Road. The Board of Supervisors approved a resolution requesting the town provide water and sewer service to the property on November 6th.
Do I hear a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I move the council approve the request for water and sewer from Equus Capital Partners LTD in Route 340-522 corridor on Winchester Road.
Your second.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I just wanted to, oh, sorry. Okay, I just wanted to point out that this is an industrial project, a commercial project, and is expected to bring in 50 to 100 jobs to the area. That's it.
Mr. Gillespie.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out, Mayor-Elect, this is water and sewer service that has already been accounted for the corridor. And it's, I just wanted to state that, just very clearly into there.
Anyone? Ms. Barrett, can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Gillespie?
Yes.
Mr. Holloway?
Yes.
Mr. Mezza?
Yes.
Mr. Seelow?
Yes.
And Ms. Thompson?
Yes, thank you.
Motion carried. Our last item tonight is closed meeting. Can I hear a motion, please?
Mr. Mayor, I move the town council convene and go to a closed meeting for discussion and consideration of performance, demotion, salaries, disciplining, or resignation of specific public officers, appointees, or employees of the town of Front Royal pursuant to section 2.2-3711, A1 of the Code of Virginia.
Have a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. That concludes our meeting tonight. I don't think there will be anything coming out of this closed meeting this evening, so unless you just want to stay, but I don't believe there'll be anything.